Hey y'all, welcome back to Are Y'all Watching? And I gotta know, are y'all or did you get to watch episode 14 of Married at First Sight? Lies, lies, lies. Well, I did, and I will say I thought it was just gonna be a filler episode. Nothing important was gonna really happen, but it actually turned out to be a good episode to where I was definitely like wanting the commercials to, end. So once again, just to let you know, I do not do scene by scene, line by line reviews. I, just basically discuss, chat with you guys. Let me know what you think. Definitely comment below and we can discuss as well. Thanks for joining. All right, so we're gonna get Carla and Juan out the way. There was nothing really too much to discuss about them this particular episode. They did try tarot reading, I believe it, something like that, tarot reading or whatever. Juan is a man who is stern with his views. He was not open to anything that was presented to him. And it seems as though it really kind of triggered him a little because of the fact that I believe that woman was telling him to kind of let go of his his hardness and just live a little bit more. But Juan really does think he is a carefree guy, but um to be honest with you, he is not. He is very stern and strict in his ways. Um, I mean, yeah, he lives, but he's definitely not that carefree guy that he think he is. He definitely have rules and regulations, and he sticks by them. He definitely sticks by things, by the book, and that will definitely, is presented, because we all seen and met his dad. So it's nothing against him. But he does have a more spirited, free wife. So he will have to kind of let go of his way of thinking if he really wants this marriage to continue. Um, so if he, so we can definitely say that Juan is not going to change, and he more than likely will not continue the relationship. He will definitely say Carla can be his friend, but there won't be any progression if he doesn't let go of some of that stubbornness he has, for sure. Carla is patiently waiting for the change, but at the same time, I think she's losing interest as well as reading the sign. I think most people in this particular episode kind of got it. Like, okay, you didn't really want me, or think they're waking up. I would say on what they may thought they had, and versus what is being displayed to them. So that is pretty much it with Carla and Juan. They did go on to Akechi and MM. Um, Surprisingly, during this particular part, when they meet with Dr. Pia, um, I kind of was a little disappointed in MM because of the fact that she seemed a little desperate, I would say, because of the fact that she, want to be married regardless of what was being done to her. Um, yeah, I did say that, she is the only one that really put in the work, but in this case, this is, to me, desperation. This man has disrespected you several times and you're still trying to work it out. Maybe, that is something that she was brought up with. It does say in the Bible, the only way to divorce is through infidelity. So there was no cheating involved, to our knowledge. So she's definitely taking that marriage seriously. Um, I just hate to see that for her, because she is still strong to me, but I just hate that she showed that weakness and allowed him to um, be able to mind control her a little bit more. As you can see, he took her to go play the video games, and she came back happy on cloud nine, just because he took initiative. But that was all game. Like it was a reward. Like, you were not too bad in our meeting, so let's go play games. Like, he's definitely playing those games with her. And she's taking it well. She's playing it back. um Even, and she shouldn't be. Anything to make her smile is what she's wanting. And and not seeing how he is uninterested and very disrespectful to her. um when speaking with Michelle, we get into Michelle, her meeting with Michelle. She definitely was just saying, I'm still going to give it a chance, and was just cheesing from ear to ear on his actions, um, even though he was loudly saying he didn't want to be with her. So, now that we are speaking with Michelle, Michelle basically said that she was spiraling. She basically was trying to add one and one together to equal two, and she was getting there. She definitely was mathing. And I will say she also let us know that she is playing the victim, and that she possibly could have had some type of feelings for David. I There's no reason why Michelle is digging this deep into something that she didn't care for. Like, if you was to drop something and if you didn't care for it, are you going to really go pick it up? Are you? I mean, besides if it's littering, but I'm just saying, like, she's she's chasing after something that she let go in the wind, basically. And now she's trying to get it back, but it's to her pleasure, because now she can make David look like the bad guy. And I think that's what she wants David to be the bad guy, because she did it for so long. And because because she did mention that you're not that great of a guy. I don't know who you are. Like, she uses words to cut people, and she definitely holds grudges. I definitely see that with Michelle. She holds grudges, and she don't stop until she wins. So she is very argumentative. And unfortunately, David is going to hear, about this issue for a long time. And if more information come out, he's not going to hear the end of it. Um, but yeah, her and MM meet up. They talk. They discuss, each other's relationships. Luckily, MM, encourage her to speak on it a little bit more, and ask questions. So that's exactly what she did. So we will go to Camille and Thomas. Now Camille is trying to display that she is wanting to be chosen. She doesn't want Thomas not to be taking the lead. She wants him to be like, hey, we're going to live together, and you pay the bills. And she is definitely treading lightly in the conversation. I guess she doesn't want to offend, or how would I say, be disrespectful, or basically see if he is ready for that conversation. So she was treading lightly when she brought the things up. I think I think it was good for her because she never lived with anyone, so I can see why she would. She, didn't know how to approach it, but I do agree that Thomas should take the lead on next steps, but but they also will need to discuss those steps. So maybe they haven't had enough conversations for Thomas to say, okay, now how do you feel about these things? I think she may be not, I wouldn't say rushing because this is somewhere that they will be living later on. But maybe her calculations and Thomas calculations are not the same. So, just a little bit more time for Thomas because we all know he is slow at moving. Another thing that I noticed about Thomas is, and this might be why he was, had a hard time with relationships, is he seems like damn if you do, damn if you don't type of person. Like, you live with me if you do, if you don't, I'm not gonna come chase you. And with women, unfortunately, you do have to do a little chasing to make them feel wanted um and needed, for some women. And I don't think Thomas is capable of that. That's the first. If you notice, he kind of showed like he had like a hard side to him, to where he was kind of like, I like my space, you be where you are, and we'll come together when we can come together. That's how I was taking it. Like, okay, Thomas, you got a little rough side to you in some situations in your life. So, and maybe living with people is not something that Thomas really had a good experience with, so we will see how all this turns out closer to the end. See what is going on with the moving situation with Thomas and Camille. But other than that, they did talk about it, and she displayed her that she was displeased that about Thomas, but the talking made her feel better. So I'm glad that they were able to move on. Um, M- Madison and Alan, they had their meeting with Dr. P again. Um, Thomas, not Alan, low key calls her out so she can explain herself because he's not going to really ask her questions. He doesn't want to, push her away. So he'll speak what he needs to needs the doctor to address, like in a question form, or I don't care if you don't show up for 2 or 3 days, or. But anyway, Alan actually did well. Don't mind them. They are with their dad. If you hear my babies crying, okay, they are with their dad, and I have loud Nigerian wonderful daughters. But I think Thomas is really seeing what's going on, but he's just really trying to hold on to hope. And Madison is filling him with that hope, which is so crazy because she is just on it. This episode, she is definitely like, yeah, let's go, you know you look great, giving him kudos, and throwing little gestures at him and things. But she's playing it so well. And one thing one thing I noticed about Madison, like I noticed about Michelle, w- Madison will listen to everything you say, process it, and then she will come back with how to fix it, even though she may not have the intent to fix it. But she knows how to shut somebody up. Okay, I got you. So I will start communicating more with you. You That's all, just to keep Alan at bay. She is agreeing to anything that's going on. I hate that Alan, saying I'll do anything in change for my wife. He's getting the teeth and the clothes, but you know, it to feel better within yourself. And if, nobody has said if there was an issue with it, you can walk around missing a tooth. If somebody was loving you before, but if Alan feels as though changing his teeth and dressing a little neater and cleaner will help with his relationship with Madison, then go for it, sir. It's your life. But Madison knows how to play this game, and she plays it very well. I hate that she's playing in his face the way she's playing, but you can't really falter for it. Alan is the one that's not trying to really ruffle the feathers. So we're just gonna see how this plays out, and it really does suck. Alan is giving it all, and it's really been getting shit on behind his back. So now we are on David and Michelle. Um, Basically, the continuation of what's going on. The aunt um, pretty much lets David, know that things are I told, and that's what it is. So David comes and tries to address it and tell his story, but let me know if y'all can tell when David is lying. So is it this lying face or this lying face? But he has the same face when he lies. Like he can't even be in a new relationship because the new girlfriend of wherever in life, if they watch this show, they're going to be able to clock David's lie face because his face is so prominent. Like he's a bad liar. And the sad part, he said he's a good guy, and he probably has never really lied. And you can see that he's not a liar because of the faces he's making it, because he's giving himself up. Like, and Michelle is just looking at him like, I know you're lying. Poor David. But yeah, so they discuss about, his story. We got a Tiffany girl. And he apologizes. He went hard when she went against his character. So that lets he has two levels. Don't talk about me because I know I'm right, but then when I'm lying, you're gonna bust me. But yeah, so we get on to everyone going to the retreat house. People pop up and not tell each other that they're coming, which it turns out to be a hot mess. We get Ike, who turns up with the fake divorce papers, stating that he is, trying to get everything ended and, divorce her, but he didn't present the right paperwork. So, MM is like, no, Nick, I'm not going to let you embarrass me. I'm going to embarrass you. You gave me one sheet that is nowhere for me to sign, and there's no details to this so-called divorce. So at this time right now, it looks like Ike is either wanting to be seen and embarrass her, or he is a teacher that don't know how to count. So I really do think he needed attention. Why were you there? If you didn't have no good intention, why are you here to bring me down? Like, and I know that had to been something real crazy because once again, M thought, everything was cool, but then you come here to play in my face. Come on. 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 But basically back to Michelle and David, they talk again about the issue of the text message. Thomas was good at asking Michelle the question, basically like, why are you hurt? He said, I understand y'all was having issues, but is it about the marriage? Is it about your feelings? Why are you being hurt, you know, and Michelle breaks it down. I I don't fall for it because she was playing victim. You know, she probably took offense that Thomas was basically kind of defending, not defending David, but you know, asked a question in David's defense, basically. You know, so we get to discussion, and as you can see, the two people that are uh, basically everyone is assuming that are having the relationship, which is David and Madison. You know, they're sitting across from each other as this conversation is going. You know, Michelle is keeps on, you know, asking questions, and then Alan decides to join in and be like, you know how Alan talks, and he was about to ramble, which got David uncomfortable. You're like, not down, you know, like, and then Madison gets uncomfortable. I think what was going on is that either David was like, don't speak on my woman because I don't want to hear about how y'all get along. Or it was more of, watch your mouth, and you're about to make this worse than what it is, and we don't want that tonight. You know, you that means I'm gonna have to confess, and I'm gonna have to take your woman. So it was real iffy on why David had his defenses up. And then Madison as well, like, she was running, like, they had a fear of getting caught, so she took off. She like, you're not gonna catch me. Um so this episode was all over the place, y'all. So thanks for joining. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I would love to continue to do this. And thank you again for joining.